Hi, welcome to the Quinta. And today I'm going to embark on the construction of a combined shower and composting toilet. Obviously they're separate bits of the same building. So let's go and have a look at that.
על עלי עשב טל, טלי כסף נוגה שחורים, הכסף רבה, לא טרף אל חיק ים נופל וגז, בניצי הדבר. דולח מרום גולש רסיסים, עגלי חלום באור ננסים.
We've got all sorts of materials lying around. So I'm gonna try and avoid buying anything. I know I've got some pipe at the garage, so I'm going to go and get that. And what I want to do is I want to create, I think about 1 metre by 2.5 metres is going to be fine. One end will be the loo and the other end will be the shower. And it's going to be a solar powered shower, so really it's going to be used in the summer, and hopefully it'll be perfect for people who come and do work away stays with us and guests who come to camp. Because at the moment we've only got one lavatory, it's in the house, and it's a little bit annoying to have people traipsing in and out all day. And I've got some timbers. Those are rather nice actually. Hello, mouse. You're very brave. Okay, you hopefully will go together. Nice. So I've got a hole saw, which is unfortunately exactly the same size as the pipe, and it could do with being very slightly bigger. Right, this is going to be the drain. It's quite useful because this comes off, and what we need to do is to get that hole opened out, and that is going to be set into concrete. I'll dig it down a bit so I don't need to put masses of concrete in, and that is hopefully going to be really efficient. Closer fit this is. It's really not far off. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and dig all the holes and get everything in place and set everything out, and then I'll come back and I will actually use thermosetting adhesive, which they call, you know, the stuff you get in a little gun, to seal that together, just so that it doesn't fall to pieces until the concrete sets. Right, I've just made another hole here so that I can put another pipe obviously coming in the side, and that's so that I can plumb in a basin. Obviously if you've got a lavatory, you do really need to have somewhere where you can wash your hands. There she goes, chipping away. Much better than burning, really, especially in a place where you get fires. So I'm going to have the drain towards the corner, then obviously the sink will be sort of somewhere over there, the loo will be down that end, that way when you come and wash it all out it'll collect the stuff. And hello Pinky Mink. And we'll have the pipe buried, but it'll dump the water down there. In due course I want to put an IBC down there so it actually collects the water, and we can then hold it, treat it maybe before we release it. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to come and get the strimmer because we've got all sorts of vegetation in the wall, and that's all going to fall into my concrete and be a right pain. What are you lot doing? Are you helping? Are you? I'm not sure I'd want to eat those eggs. Goodness knows how long they've been there. Okay, let's do some setting out. I'm going to cut a basic frame, try and get it level, lay it down on the ground, see where I need to start digging out a little bit, and then we'll think about pouring some concrete. I'm going to make it 120 by 250 or thereabouts. So let's get some cutting done. $254, so that is going to be perfect. I'm going to go and cut another $254 from over there at the pile, and then we've got our basic set out. George, what are you doing in the tree?
על עלי עשב טל, טלי כסף, נוגה שחורים, הכסף רבה, לא טרף אל חיק, ים נופל וגז, בנצי הדבר. דולח מרום גולש רסיסים, עגלי חלום באור ננסים, בוקר של כסף על ים ועשב חרש יעיף שלווה.
There we have the basic base now laid out. Of course, higher there and lower there, so I need to level it a bit. So a bit of spade work is required.
כסף על ים ועשב חרש יעיף שלווה. By the water of Babylon, we by the water, a water for Zion. We lay down and wait, and wait for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. By the water, and water for thee, Zion. We lay down and wait, and wait for thee, Zion.
Okay, what have we got? We have got drainage waste for the basin, which isn't perfectly seated at the moment, and we've got the outlet for the main water. And what I'll do is I will actually fill it up to this level with cement, so that it doesn't have a pool of stagnating water in there. Yeah, so let's just get this a little bit tidied up. I'm going to have this just randomly falling out whenever it wants to, coming up the back, so that I can put a basin waste in at some stage. It's a bit rough, I need to rake it out, but that's not going to be a problem. I've got plenty of space now to pour my concrete, and that's going to be the next step. You've had a quick charge, and I've actually put a load of rubble in the bottom of this. I've got a nice stone that you're gonna step onto as you walk in, and around the edges I've put a load of old tiles. These areas are not going to be heavily trafficked, so you're going to have a bit of a thicker trafficked area here, and I'll probably put benches here. There'll be a basin, this will be the loo, so that's really just for sanitation. Got a nice relatively loose mix, but not so loose, you know, you don't want so much water in there that it weakens it. I'll just have a look and see what happens when we turn it around a bit. So that should flow nicely and get into all the areas that I want it to get into. Goodness me. Really, to see it all going in, getting nice. We have a footprint, marvellous. Only one. Right, next lot's mixing. Let's go and get it. Oh, the wind's got up. You can probably tell from the position of the sun that it's a little bit later in the day. And I've now got my last load of concrete, cementy type stuff. It's really just a float layer, sort of a self-leveling compound. I've more or less got this all done. I can see cat's footprints all over it, but there we go. So I'm going to chuck this in and then give it a rough troweling, leave it for an hour or so it starts to go off, and come back and just give it a finished float. Here we are, the next day, and the cats appear to have had a party. In fact, it looks like they had a disco here, so I'm going to ignore that for the moment. So luckily it hasn't completely fully set yet, so I'm just taking down the proud bits of all these footprints. Honestly. Right, that will do. See you in the next video.